All right, let's do tackle first.
Tackle.
So when we're teaching the kids what is a tackle, there's lots of ways. So like if I grab your one leg, that could be a one leg takedown, a two leg takedown. A lasso is when I grab low, like by your ankles. I get both of them. Think of like a cowboy. Lasso's your leg.
Oh, gotcha.
There's a lasso. There's like judo type of hip throws and things. These are all things that you would think of as a tackle. But in order to do that, I got to get in like this. Or you think of like Goldberg, WWE.
Yeah.
He just like, bam, just spears them.
Okay.
Or like Raiden, Mortal Kombat.
Yes. Okay.
So that's the one we want to think about. It's just someone trying to grab the kid and knock them down. Okay?
Okay.
So what is a tackle? Someone tries to hug you and throw you to the ground. That's it. All the other things, if the kids try to defeat a pro wrestler, not a pro wrestler, but like a kid who's like been wrestling their whole life, they're not going to win in a wrestling match against that kid. Okay. I'm not going to teach them to do that. I'm just going to teach them how to not get tackled so they can get the distance and they can fight. If they're going to fight, they can punch and kick.
Got it.
But we're not wrestling with a wrestler.
Got it. Okay.
So here's how we've been doing it. So the person is, let's say you're like right there and you're coming in to tackle me. A good wrestler will keep their head up like this and they'll come in and keep their head up and drop their hips low.
Right.
So if you just imagine doing that and you're trying to get your arms around my waist, I'm going to put my hands and stop you by touching your shoulders or collarbones. So you come in and do that to me. I'm going to stop you right here. But we don't want to just give up here because a smart person will just flick my arms up like that. And then you duck down. All right, pause. Right here, you tucked your head. And that's what they're looking for, is when their opponent tucks their head down to go low, I put my hands on the back of your head and fold you in half. But notice how you grab my legs?
Right.
So I have to get back.
Got it.
Okay, so you see that footwork that I did?
Okay.
You hollow out and get that footwork. So here's how it'll look.
Okay.
You're far away. I'm standing here minding my own business in a martial arts uniform.
Right.
And then you're going to come in and get me. I'm going to get the distance. You flick my arms up. When I see your head duck and you come forward, you snap down that way, and then they back up. I don't want to fight. They always end it with I don't want to fight because that's protecting themselves from getting in trouble.
Right.
Protect themselves from getting hurt. Protect you from getting in trouble. Most of these situations are going to happen like at their house where there's an adult nearby that kind of hears the tussle and they come in late, or at school and the teacher comes in late because the teachers aren't watching 100%. They expect the kids to be doing what they're supposed to do. So it's like the lunch line or whatever where they're coming in late. Yeah. So let's do one more time and then I'll do it to you.
All right.
So I want them to start like this. But in reality, they may be like this. Okay.
So they need to just get in the right position.
Yeah, don't even talk about that. It's however they do it is however they do it.
Got it.
With the little guys, tell them to put their hands in the front. With the bigger guys, just see whatever they do. They gotta like,
quick.
Oh snap defense. Snap.
Okay. All right.
So you come in, they get their distance, and then you flick the arms up. You duck right to the head. You see how effective that is when that person's
and you're like using their body weight to like go down with it too. Yeah.
Two things though. So a lot of times people are going to put their hands on the back of the neck.
Okay.
And that's not right. Think of your head like a bowling ball. Right. You put it on the round part, not the neck. So any of the round part. You can also test it. So if I come like this to do it to you, and you put your hands on the back of my head. All right. So I'm here. Lock out. You feel the pressure.
Right.
And when I feel that pressure, watch here. You see how I actually sprung forward because you were pushing. Hands on the back of the head, not the neck.
Right.
And then you fold me so my shoulder touches my knee. So go down that way. And that's what stops them. If you don't do that, then you'll actually lead me to come down and grab your ankle. If I get a hold of your Achilles tendon, you'll be in trouble there. Okay, that's just a different takedown.
Okay.
So hands on the back of the head, and you push down that way.
Okay.
Okay, so one thing that I showed the kids is like you have to wait until the head goes down. And you could just tell them that, but if you just tell them why that's important one time, then they'll understand. So like you put your hands on the back of my head and you push down a little, you see that it's pretty easy.
Right.
Reset. If I put my head up and you do it, do you feel how much heavier that is?
Right, because you have resistance against my hands.
You have head control. I have power when I have my head up. And I lose my power, not pushing, when my head's down.
Okay.
A good wrestler will keep their head up when they're fighting. So if they come down, like maybe you threw a punch at me and I dodged it and then I want to take you down, they're going to do it this way with their head up. They're not going to do it with their chin tucked. That's bad wrestling technique.
Right.
So at the very least, the attacker should have their head up when they start the tackle.
Okay.
So I'm coming in to tackle you. Boom. And then I try to duck under your arms for a second. That's when you make that reaction. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
So there's the tackle defense.
Okay. Cool.
There's other versions of it and stuff, but let's just focus on this. And what's the point in not wrestling? Is so that we can strike. You don't want to wrestle with a wrestler.
Right.
You don't want to strike with a striker, unless you're better, right?
Right.
But if you're a striker and they're a wrestler, they're not going to want to strike with you. They're going to want to take you out of your world and into theirs. And if you're a striker, you want to keep them in your world. You want to keep them away from wrestling.
Right.
So as soon as you hit the ground, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to have a big disadvantage. So hopefully you're stronger or faster. You can get up.
Yeah.
Try to get up.
And get away. Yeah.
So as opposed to doing ground fighting, we're doing takedown defense.
Takedown defense. Okay.
Tackle
cool.
defense. What's a tackle? Hug, and then make you fall down. That's it. Make it simple for those guys.
Okay.
They're going to hug you and make you fall down.
Okay.
Cool. We also practice break falls.
Right.
So
Coming
straight
down.
back. So the way that we're doing break falls is your butt hits. Your butt hits. You don't let your head touch. So we did that first. And I made them do it 3 times. So they just sit up and they go like that. And they just come up like this.
Got it.
And they're just practicing not letting their head hit the ground.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's only 4 inches off the ground. So they're not really hitting hard. And then we're practicing bringing our arms out and making sure the palm of your hand hits and you're not catching yourself on the elbow. You're not catching yourself. You're not just like this.
Right.
So if your hand comes out quick, your hands are going to hit and then your back's going to hit. And it's going to take off all the pressure. You're not going to feel like you got the wind knocked out of you. You're not going to feel that boom, boom, like that when you hit the ground. So make your arms go back faster than your upper body does. Just whip your palms back fast. I mean, look, your body hit so much slower.
Right,
so you're
right,
kind of
right.
sacrificing your palms to protect your head and back and lungs and ribs. If you hit the ground really hard, you could break a rib too. So, we do side break fall. And what we do is start the same way, but I make them reach their one arm out and do the same thing. So they're laying flat, so there's no space right there. Okay? And I made them do that 5 times and they reset. They do the other side because if they fall down doing the tackle defense, like if I'm pushing on them, I'm trying to tackle you and like you mess up and you fall backwards, I don't want their head to bang off the floor. They'll probably go straight back. But on the second self-defense move, they're going to have to be good at the side break fall.
Side break falls.
Because they won't have the one arm. The other person will hold their arm.
Gotcha. Okay.